Hi, my name is Jasiri, and today I'm going to tell you a story of how I became an entrepreneur and started my business, Cultured Africa. You see, so I live in Soweto, and I'm used to a lot of tourists coming to Soweto to learn about the history of Soweto, visit the Apartheid Museum, see Mandela's house. And so a friend of mine always used to call me because of my English proficiency and, I'm quite good at entertaining people. And he'd always call me to tell me that, hey, buddy, I've got some tourists coming in. Can you come in and let's do this guide and then we'll go for lunch and then we'll have drinks afterwards. And just be there to show them a good time. And I remember on this one occasion, right, I was with these girls from Sweden. And they were at some of the stalls. They were at one of the stalls on Vilagazi Street. And they were interested in buying this particular Zulu item. And they were asking the vendor there, they were like, can you please tell us what does this thing mean? Right? And this guy made up a story about what this particular item means and represents. I mean, I'm not Zulu, but I knew that what he was saying was absolute lies. Right? And so, and then I noticed, by this guy's accent that, he's not Zulu, right? That this is Zimbabwean and, he was profiting from, the Zulu culture. And then I began to research that market of, souvenirs and, cultural products, and to my surprise, a lot of the items, are sold by, Indians and are mass produced by, these Chinese factories, and you actually don't have Zulu people, right, who are at the forefront of, educating people about their culture. And then for me, it hit me. I was like, so many people who visit this country, want to, access cultural knowledge, whether it's from the Zulu or the Xhosa or the Ndebele, but they don't have access to this knowledge, right? It isn't easily accessible to them. And so for me, I was like, I'm going to create a company, and this company is going to be the future of cultural education. What we're going to do, right, is we're going to package the beauty of different South African cultures in what we call a culture box, right? And inside the box, there'll be unique cultural items, and we're going to shoot high quality stories, right, that our guests can access through this culture box, through a ticket where they scan the QR code. And these stories, we will shoot these high quality stories where people will be knowledgeable and informed about the culture, but they'll also get to see the beauty of the culture itself. Right. And so what we're doing with Cultured Africa, right, is that we're spotlighting the beauty of different African cultures, right? And we're making cultural education more accessible because we will then go and sell these boxes at hotels and at airports and at museums and at, tourist destination sites. And so the opportunity for this is massive, right? Not only is this an appealing product for the tourism market, but it's also an appealing product for local South Africans who want to be knowledgeable about different cultures, right? I mean, we have at least 12 South African cultures, right? And there's so many people who are not knowledgeable about other cultures, but also people who are not knowledgeable about themselves, right? I'm Betty, but I don't know some of the, deep, knowledge about, the Betty people and some of the stories, right? About the Betty culture. And so, there's massive opportunity here to get people cultured, right? And to deliver cultural education in new and exciting ways. And so you should choose me for this product. You should choose me for this program, right? Because I'm like 100% an entrepreneur from head to toe, right? I will go out and sell. I know how to sell. I know how to speak to people. I know how to build relationships. I know how to open up doors that are closed. I'm a hunter. I'm a go-getter. I know how to chase things down. I know how to speak. I know how to tell stories. And most importantly, I know how to sell. And, and I've created a product that is next gen. I've created a product that is like completely new. Like if you had to see the culture kit right now, it is 100% amazing. In fact, give me 2 seconds. I'll bring it to you now. Pause. So this is a sample of one of our first products. It's a Zulu culture kit, right? It's an amazing product. The box is not only a souvenir, but if I had to open up everything inside here, you'll be amazed.